So you would think someone trying to be on NoFap and trying to stop themselves from beating their Johnson, you would think it's smart to watch a bunch of NoFap videos, right? You want to know how to defeat it, right? Wrong. As someone who stopped watching that and stopped participating in it, I just didn't watch anything. Why? And how did that even work? Because I didn't obsess about it. If you are constantly watching it or falling back into temptation 1 to 5 times a week, and you're like, oh shoot, let me watch a YouTube video, a tutorial with a method on how to beat this, you already messed up. And I'm not saying that to discourage you, because I'm going to offer you a solution that only I know, and I know a few other people have used it because it's the best thing to do. So first, let's establish, if you are constantly obsessing about, not trying to fall into temptation, you're going to fall back into it. Why? It's the natural instinct. It's in all the movies, right? Don't look down. And then they look down because you just have that voice and you don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. You're going to do it. It's the natural human curiosity in us to explore danger, okay? If a caveman saw a dark tunnel, what do you think he's going to do? Is he going to avoid it? No, he's going to explore the darkness. And that's essentially what we're doing. But in this case, we like the darkness and we constantly fall back into it. So, what is the number one way to beat this? I know I said don't think about it. That's true. But this is how exactly you don't think about it. I'm going to say this. It's normal for you, even if you're trying to stop doing it, for you to still do it. Why? Because it's part of your routine. You're going to fall back into it eventually at one point. I did. But how did I beat it? I'm like, oh man, I just watched it. Wipe myself off, bro. Don't think about it. I'm like, this is pathetic and it's not going to affect me in the long run. That's the kind of mentality you need to have, bro. Because if you're telling yourself, I don't need this, bro, it's light. Dude, you're fucking G. You're not going to be able to fall back into it. And you got to keep telling yourself that. Obviously, if you're falling back into it more after doing this method, you're doing something wrong, dude. You might have something worse. But majority of the time, this actually works because you're literally like, all right, it's time to do something now. I'm not going to think about this. I'm just going to focus on what I need to do now. Just forget about it. Just wipe yourself off. I'm like, dude, like, I'm different. I'm better than this. It's not going to affect me. Like, this was nothing. And you go do something productive. Once you do something productive, like, I don't know, washing a dish, getting a dirty dish out of your room, do something that's going to accumulate over time. And that's going to make it a lot easier for you to quit because you're like, dude, that doesn't affect me. That's like a weak attempt from Satan to try to throw me off. I know God has me. The number one reason why we even went wrong with the whole NoFap thing, there's still countless of videos being released every single day, hundreds on NoFap. And everyone tells you the exact same thing. I did 365 days with NoFap. Here's how it went. Bullshit, bro. Bullshit. If you're an alcoholic, whatever, dude, you're gonna slip eventually. But it's the mindset with what you choose to do afterwards. Like, dude, this is a once in a lifetime thing. Once you have that mentality, it's gonna be so much easier for you to quit, and you're gonna progressively underload, okay? For those gym rats watching this, you know how each week you increase the amount of weight you're doing? It's the same with, trying to quit. Every single week, every single month, you decrease, even if it's by one time, you decrease how much you do it. And that's by telling yourself, I'm not going to think about it. I'm going to keep myself busy because I am a busy person and I have a lot of things to do and I have a lot of people to prove wrong, especially myself, and I owe it to myself. And I may fall back into it, but that's okay. As long as I get back up, I'm going to be a lot better off than the people who are like, whenever you get temptation, do 10 push-ups. Then you're going to be thinking about it all the time, like, I don't want to do those push-ups, but that girl looks really good. Dude, you're going to be fucking weak. You're setting yourself up for failure by following all these other no-fap gurus out there. So that is the kind of mindset you need to implement, and let me know how it goes for you.